Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Box. On today's episode,
And I'm John Escobar.
let's get to it. Well, John Lightning Cloud Escobar, you made it to the hot seat.
I have, yes.
Now, I say Lightning Cloud because maybe little known fact, John, you don't have a middle name.
I do not.
And was that on purpose? Was that an oversight? Do you even know?
I have no idea.
You haven't inquired?
It's just John Escobar, man.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess I don't recall asking my parents like, hey, why do I have a middle name? But it was just John Escobar.
Yeah.
We know that you were born because you exist.
That's right.
You take in air, you dream, you think, you are. But John, tell me a little bit about your background. Like, where were you born? Like, what was life like for little John Escobar?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Just north of the border.
That's right. Yeah. And then, just a couple minutes from here. I grew up with two older sisters. So being the only boy, I kind of got spoiled and
so you
got away with a lot of things.
So you were the youngest, and you
I
had
am
two
the
older sisters. So I imagine you had three moms.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, I'm
You
very
got your
blessed.
mama. You got your mom.
Both my sisters are my best friends.
Okay.
And yeah, no, I'm just very thankful to have, great women. And as, my father as well, he's a great role model for me as well. I mean, I'm very blessed with the family I've got. And I always felt like the annoying little brother because, I mean, we had a pretty good age difference. And I always thought, I was kind of annoying them, but no.
John, do you think that maybe you were?
Probably.
Okay.
And
right. Dispel that myth. So you lived it up as this little John, and hung out with your sisters. Everybody's looking out for each other. But when did you start thinking about your future as a kid? Like, were there things that caught your eye or that caught your attention? You're like, hey, I kind of like to do that. That looks like fun.
Yeah. Saturday mornings, right in front of the TV, watching cartoons, but actually not just for like enjoyment, but like I would watch it and I would notice these patterns, and then I would just start questioning, like, wait, how is this actually done?
So even as a kid, you were doing R&D on Saturday mornings.
Honestly, yeah.
Other kids were eating cereal, watching cartoons. You were doing R&D.
I mean, I would notice these patterns, like on, Hanna-Barbera, like
the
Flintstones.
rock, like they're going to kick that rock
because it's like outlined a little bit darker than the other,
kind of vibrating a little bit. Yeah.
And so when I found out that that's actually a career, that's a career path. Well, initially that wasn't my first path. I had so many different choices. Whenever I first started college, I was going to be a math teacher. I was going to be a psychologist.
You're good at maths.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that in school. And then I was going to be a dental hygienist at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had a very interesting
your
trajectory.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of us do, though.
But then I did a lot of self reflection and realized, my parents are immigrants, and so I thought, they came here for a reason, and they wanted me to do what I wanted to do.
So you better do it.
So I better do it. And after taking that dental hygienist class, after taking a nursing class, after taking Psych 101, I was like, I'm lying to myself. I know this isn't what I want to do. But after all of that whole confusion of like, what am I going to be? Then I transferred over to UNC Asheville, and then got into the new media program there.
And then, like, you went to some little known school, though, right? Like, you took some classes with a place no one's heard about.
So after college, I went to the Disney College program.
I think I would have got there faster. John.
I went to the Disney College program post-graduation just to get my foot in the door some way.
Sure.
It's first you go there just to work at the parks and to essentially make some kind of footprint for Disney, whether it's at the parks or, like in that hospitality industry. But it was just a way for me to get my toe in there. But unfortunately, COVID hit, and we were all sent home.
That really just changed a lot of lives in a lot of ways, and this is another way.
Yeah.
Kind of altered your career.
I mean, it was great the time I was there. I was only there for maybe about 2 or 3 months. And then moved back home. And once COVID was finally a little bit more controlled, I decided to move back to Florida to really get my career started.
Okay, and that kind of led to getting here, because we were having some fun. You cut me off in the intro, which was planned. There's not a lot of loosey goosey stuff here, believe it or not. But normally I would introduce someone and say what they did, but John is on the marketing team here. It's led by Kyle, and it's myself, and then you and Hannah, who's in here taking photos and kind of keeping track of us. But you do marketing here at IPS.
Right.
So it sounds like that's after COVID, and then you were back in Florida. You did some print work there, cut your teeth on that, and that's what got you here to IPS. That's what you were doing prior, yes?
I saw a little bit more opportunity for myself there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I landed as a graphic designer for a commercial printer, a mom and pop shop, and that place
great.
It's Minuteman Press. It's locally owned, and that place has such a really special place in my heart. Because I had great mentors there.
Okay, and John has brought that expertise here. I mean, John is he's the print guru. Like every day, John's inbox is full of things that he's working on, and taking care of everybody, not just here in Malden and Greenville, South Carolina, but like across the country. John's fingerprints are on so many pieces of collateral, literally. As we close, can you share something about John Escobar that maybe not a lot of people out there know? It's possible I know because we talk a lot, but what might be surprising to folks watching and be like, what?
I mean, I'm pretty much an open book. Everyone knows everything about me. I don't really hide anything, but I will say one really amazing experience, because everyone knows I love art. Everyone that knows me has seen my social media. They know that's all I do. But one amazing experience that I got to have during college was I got to work with Dave Brooksma. And so to those who might not know who that is, I know you're like, who is that? Well, my professor, he used to be an animator for Disney. And he has great connections and colleagues, from his tenure at Disney. During one of our classes, he brought in Dave Brooksma, and he is actually the animator for a lot of like favorite characters that you guys will see like on your Disney VHS tapes, like Flounder from The Little Mermaid. He animated that.
Cool.
The Sultan from Aladdin, Mrs. Potts and Chip from Beauty and the Beast. So he brought him in, and we actually got to show him what we did, what we animated, what we were creating, what we were working on, and it was just an amazing experience because I mean, for me, that's legendary. That's like something amazing to be able to experience.
Yeah, get that first-hand experience with somebody you've looked up to.
Yeah.
Let them shred your work.
Honestly, just be so vulnerable and be like, hey, I know you're amazing. This is what I did. What do you think?
That takes guts. I totally get that. Well, John, our time is flashing right now. We're actually over time. But none of you will know that because I'll fix it in post. That's how good we are around here. John, you make us great around here. You make our department great. I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you were little John Lightning Cloud Escobar, and you eventually made it here through all the obstacles. I know a lot of folks are thankful. I'm thankful that you were here on this episode of Beyond the Box. I'm thankful that all of you sat down with us and gave us your time and watched, and we'll see you on the next episode.